morning from day 2 in Plovdiv, Bulgaria. We are out pretty late, to be fair. We slept so well at Business Hotel Plovdiv and had another incredible breakfast. So we're walking it off. We are now walking through the Central Park here in Plovdiv. I didn't even realise they had the Central Park. And here at the Central Park, you've got this huge fountain. Massive water fountain, actually. That's quite cool in the middle. You see that, where the water goes down? Oh yeah. It's got like a sinkhole where all the water goes in. We found somewhere here, I think, to have a coffee. I need a second coffee after sleeping that well last night. I just can't wake up. But like I said, we need a second day here. There is so much to see and do in Plovdiv. Like, normally we can fit a city video in maybe one, but you definitely need at least 2 to 3 days here. Everyone we spoke to in Sofia, in bars, restaurants, hotels, they all said, "Are you in Bulgaria for long?" We're like, "Yeah, we've got a month." They're like, "You have to go to Plovdiv," and we can definitely see why.
This was such a good idea. We have gone for a white frap, which is kind of like white chocolate and coffee. Oh, and it is good. I have to say, this is such a nice park to come and sit in. This place that we're in is massive. I don't even know the name of it.
What's the menu say?
Doesn't say anything. It's all in Cyrillic. No, I think that's who makes the menu.
I'm not sure.
Who doesn't say anything.
You'd find it. It's the restaurant in the park.
It looks amazing though, but I think we're going to drink this, take another walk back through the park, and then we're heading to something pretty new, aren't we?
Very new, but we're going to need this for the hike later.
Yeah, we will need some more coffee later for the hike.
Coffeed and ready to explore the city of Plovdiv yet again. I think that place was actually called Markovo, because when I went inside to pay, there was a lot of signs saying Markovo, so it sort of makes sense. I think it's a nightclub as well. It doubles up as a nightclub, which sort of makes sense why they've got the sign saying no swimming in the fountain, because if you come out of the nightclub, see the fountain, it's 30-degree heat, it's always tempting. But basically our hotel said yesterday that they're opening something brand new, like a brand new tourist site that they're working on. And it turns out that it opened, I think, today. So some brand new Roman ruins that were found recently have been renovated into a place that you can visit them, and that is what we're going to now. I'm not even sure of the name of it or exactly where it is.
The hotel gave us a city map and told us that it was opposite the start of the pedestrian street. So the pedestrian street is there, and
but they just said basilica. I didn't know whether it was like a new basilica that's opened up or what.
But there is a big sign there that says welcome and open. So I'm assuming it's that there.
So it looks as if they have made a fancy looking building and you can go in and view the old ruins, but there's a queue, being that it's the first day. So like I mentioned in the last video, Plovdiv is the oldest city in Europe, which is crazy, dating back 4,000 years at least, but there's also remnants of 6,000 years. And this used to be the ancient city of Philopolis, which we saw a couple of the sites yesterday, the ancient theatre and the ancient stadium. But now, they've recently, I presume pretty recently, found the remains of the ancient basilica here, which again will be dating back thousands of years. And they've made this really snazzy building to get inside. I presume to keep it much better preserved than being outside. It's crazy. You walk around this city and like I said, just ruins just pop up here, there and everywhere.
We're just waiting for the queue to die down a little bit, but before we go in, they've actually got sort of facts, I suppose, on the outside and pictures of what it looked like.
Yeah, there's not so much online about this.
Yeah, there's not so much online because it's brand new, but they've actually got pictures of what it was like when they were excavating it. Now, they actually found this in the 80s, but I'm assuming nothing was done to it because it said that they resumed excavating it again back in 2016, and now it is open. So it's taken a while, but that's because there were so many different things that they found, like mosaics, which obviously are very intricate, and bodies, which is kind of crazy. Like, you'd think it's just the basilica, but actually they found bodies too. Thank you. This is pretty cool. After the queue died down, we managed to get in, and it cost us 12 lev each, which is actually quite pricey. It's about £6, $6 each. However, you can see why. There's like 2 floors. It's massive, so modern. and everything's so well preserved. You've got, basically this was the basilica's main entrance, and there's the famous peacock that is actually missing. The bishop used to stand on the peacock giving service, I suppose you could say.
So he rubbed it away, but how impressive are these mosaics?
Oh my god, some of them are so intact, like it's unbelievable.
You can definitely see why it costs a little bit more to come in here than the other site in Plovdiv. This place to build cost around 13 million lev, so it's very expensive, with help I think from a business or company or something like that from America. You've got like plastic shoes, so literally plastic shoes to preserve everything, and then you've got these like really modern walkways over the whole thing. It's crazy. It dates back, the basilica, to the end of the 3rd, start of the 4th century, and it was one of the first to be built in the Roman Empire after the legalization of Christianity. We made it.
There's a bird.
There's a bird with us.
Did you say we were meant to get a photo?
Uh-huh. This is an ancient Roman...
It's making a noise. We're on the 2nd floor now, which is basically just full of mosaics.
I don't think I've ever seen ones this well preserved.
I've never seen this many either. Like there are just an abundance, and bird seems to be the main theme.
Yeah, what was it you said about a bird on your shoulder?
Apparently, Bulgarians believe that if a bird lands on you, then it is good luck. I don't want a bird to land on me because I know what they do when they land on you, but if it's good luck...
We get good luck if a bird poos on you.
Yeah, I'd rather than sit on me.
I think I'd rather on the shoulder. That was so interesting. We are so far from history buffs. Like when we're walking around a town or city and there's an old building, we're like, yeah, it's all right. But when it's Roman ruins and they're kept like that, it's so interesting. Like it's almost 2,000 years old, and then mosaics have been kept so well. The actual basilica itself was in use between the 4th and 7th century, and then for 300 years after that it was still standing and people just stayed in it until it was finally destroyed. But then we've come up above and you can just see how the whole city of Philopolis was. It was crazy. Over 300 bodies found in there, and this was only 2019 that this was properly excavated, so 2 years ago, and we're one of the first people in the world to see it, which is very interesting. But like I say, we're not history buffs. Too much history so far today. I need to go and get myself a beer because this sun is beautiful. It's like 28 degrees again today. Cheers.
Cheers.
In our favourite place.
And the first beer of the day. We've done really well the last couple of days. It's been later on, but we have come to Skapto. It is known to have the best burgers in the whole of Plovdiv, possibly the whole of Bulgaria, but that's my statement. I haven't even tasted them yet, but by the looks of the menu, it looks unreal. We've both gone for 2 different burgers. Matt's gone for an absolute monster. Can't remember what it was called. What was it called? Satosh or something? Satosh.
It was just 2. I always get the big one. 2
huge patties with loads of cheese. I've gone for their burger, which was the Skapto, and then we've gone for a massive loaded cheesy jalapeno fries.
Literally, you can't beat Kapana. It is the best place in
We absolutely love it. We came, this is our 3rd time now. The first time we didn't film and we had a massive headache the next day. The second time was yesterday. You'll have seen a small preview in it, and then today obviously we are here having our lunch.
This place for a burger.
Literally, so I said yes in the other video, but I will explain again. Kapana in English kind of means like trap, because it's all very small, it's easy to get lost, and also it's because it was under the Ottoman Empire. It used to be a craftsmanship area, and now it's like the hip district.
It's gone from a craftsmanship area to a hip craft beer area. We need to try the craft beer. We haven't had a craft beer yet.
We haven't, but it's because I really like Zagorka.
Thank you.
Thank you. How good does this look?
I don't want to start. It looks unbelievable. When you type in, just type in, if you have it in Plovdiv, just type in best burgers Plovdiv. Skapto comes up number 1 every single time.
Your burger's massive.
Why do I always have eyes bigger than my belly? Look at that monster.
And you've even got, is that fried cheese inside?
It's like fried cheese. I got 2 patties because I'm greedy. Apparently it's grass fed locally. So the local farms is grass fed beef. It's none of that rubbish manufactured stuff. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to fit this in my mouth.
You didn't even get much of it. It's all over your face.
Cheese. Oh my god, that fried cheese. I think it's fried mozzarella. You're gonna be so jealous. Hang on, let me get a bit of beef.
You have to tell me how good that beef is.
Mozzarella's good enough.
They did give us knife and forks as well.
Did they?
It's all over your face.
I think it's a knife and fork job. That is unbelievable. The beef melts in your mouth. Problem is, I always get a big one and I just can't eat it like a burger. Kapana, Kapana, Kapana. Literally the coolest place in the Balkans. If you want your craft beer, your little edgy bit of graffiti, your craft goods, amazing food, unreal. Literally, Skapto was so good. And as you can tell, I'm heavy breathing. I had to have 2 beers and all that food to give me the energy for this hike. So basically, if you don't know, Plovdiv is known as the city of 7 hills, which is debatable. I feel like you can see 5 or 6, but one of them from our hotel, we could see this huge statue on top of the hill. But I'm heavy breathing. That is what we're doing now. We're like walking. It's not really just out of town. It's probably like 5 minutes out of town to do the hike to the statue. I'll tell you a little bit more about the statue when we get up there to appreciate the views together. Definitely a harder hike than yesterday.
I'm so glad we it's very loud. I'm so glad we opted to do this whilst the sun was slightly behind the clouds, like later on in the day, because it's still really, really hot, as you can tell. I'm not very good at this.
Plovdiv's answer to Christ the Redeemer.
36-foot statue on one of the hills here called Alyosha. That is one impressive, tall statue. Oh my god, not in a million years did I think it would be that tall, but it's been standing there since 1957, and it is a monument to remind everyone of Plovdiv's liberation. And actually it's faced many attempts at destruction and vandalism, and was even going to be a huge Coca-Cola bottle at the top. That would have just looked very, very strange, but it still stands tall. It's still here. Obviously some people don't like it, some people do like it. However, it does stand tall essentially as a guard of Plovdiv. It's on the top of this hill, and as I said, it's very impressive.
The views from up here are absolutely incredible. You can see the new town, you can see the old town, you can see the other hill that we climbed last night. I think this is probably the highest of the 7 hills. I'm pretty sure it's not 7. You've also got this one behind me. It's like the lonely hill. There's not much to do. And look at this guy. We're up here with a Soviet statue. This city is seriously blowing me away. I said to Molly, it could actually be, I'm not gonna go there yet because we've still got a couple more days, but it could be my favorite city that we've ever visited in Europe comfortably. Like, if you're going to Bulgaria, definitely go Sofia first, not Plovdiv. If you go Plovdiv, then Sofia. As much as Sofia's amazing, Plovdiv's just a little bit special. There's so much to do. We're extending by 2 or 3 more days, so expect some more incredible videos from this ancient city. You've got ruins, you've got Kapana with the edgy bar nightlife district, you've got these hills, you've got the pedestrian street. There is just so much here. I'm blown away, but I've got to walk back down here. I've definitely earned one last beer. We'll see you in the next one.